Not all VR games are created equal. Some are buggy beaters, others are forgettable gimmicks. But then there are those rare gems that absolutely nail it, from the first tutorial to the final boss fight. These are the titles that make you forget you're standing in your living room talking to a dog named Buddy while dual-wielding flamethrowers. So grab your headset, tighten those straps, and get ready to dive into 10 VR games that are pure pixel-perfect magic from start to finish. No filler, no fluff, just full-throttle immersive awesomeness.
You allowed Loki to deceive you. Now his chaos reigns.
Asgard's Wrath 2. If you ever wanted to know what it feels like to be a shape-shifting god with a revenge complex and a travel visa to mythological Egypt, this game will grant that divine wish. You're not just swinging swords here, you're literally possessing mortals like it's your day job. After getting royally double-crossed by Loki, because of course Loki, you're yanked out of Norse mythology and dropped smack in the sizzling sands of Egypt. And yes, the gods there are just as dramatic and powerful, but with more eyeliner. This VR beast lets you hop between 4 unique mortals, each bringing their own special flavor to the buffet of chaos. So when you're solving puzzles, bashing skulls in slow-mo, or just vibing with your god-tier followers who have side stories juicier than daytime soap operas, there's never a dull moment. Combat feels smooth and heavy, exploration is massive, and the world oozes ancient magic mixed with pure next-gen fantasy. The best part? You're not just the god of war, you're the god of everything fun. And if you own a MetaQuest 3, congratulations, this beauty came gift-wrapped for free. It's basically an epic in your headset waiting to unfold, one possessed hero at a time.
Be careful.
Oh no. Belgravia isn't what we were led to believe.
Red Matter 2. Strap on your jetpack and prepare for a cosmic Cold War conspiracy, because this isn't just a sightseeing trip through space. It's a beautifully mind-melting sci-fi thriller that keeps your brain firing on all cylinders. You play as Sasha, a once snoozing agent, suddenly dragged into a mess of secrets, lies, and glowing red goo. Seriously, that red stuff is never a good sign. From your lonely wake-up on a moon base to hopping across the solar system in search of someone from your past, everything feels dripping with tension and stylishly Soviet flair. But don't let the eye candy distract you from the puzzles. These aren't your typical flip a switch and pray VR gimmicks. These are gorgeously integrated brain teasers that'll have you feeling like a futuristic Sherlock with a PhD in space espionage. Toss in some sneaky stealth bits, hacking sequences, actual gunplay when things go south, and a jetpack that lets you soar through the stars like a low-gravity legend. It's a recipe for full-blown immersion, with physics-based environments, polished UI, and voice acting that actually nails the atmosphere. It's easy to forget you're just in your living room in a headset. Space may be cold, but Red Matter 2 is straight fire.
This rat cult spreads through Gotham like a plague. I have to stop it, even if it consumes me.
Batman Arkham Shadow. Gotham's having another 4th of July meltdown, and surprise, Batman's the only one who brought a cape to the fireworks. You're not the grizzled Dark Knight from Arkham Knight here. Instead, you're a younger, rawer, vengeance-fueled Bruce, still figuring out that maybe punching everyone into the pavement isn't the only form of justice. In this VR epic, you dive headfirst into the seedy underworld. Literally, there are lots of sewers, to stop the Rat King, a shadowy figure pulling Gotham's strings from the darkest corners of the penitentiary and politics. What makes this extra special in VR? You are Batman, grappling across ledges, gliding down rooftops, yanking thugs into vents, throwing perfectly aimed batarangs. It's all first-person, punchy, and intimate. Detective mode gives you X-ray eyes for sneaky strategy, and the iconic Arkham-style combat hits just as hard with your real hands. One minute you're interrogating scumbags as Matches Malone. The next you're dodging sniper fire or escaping death traps cooked up by twisted psychologists. The story twists harder than a two-faced coin toss, featuring your favorite rogues, rising allies, and even the Joker giving you unwanted neighborly advice. It's an emotional, cinematic, punch-you-in-the-gut bat saga with real heart behind the cowl. In Death Unchained. Welcome to the afterlife, but not the chill kind with harps and clouds. No, this one's got floating castles, flaming demons, and enough corrupted angels to make you question your Sunday school lessons. You're basically the chosen archer of the beyond, dropped straight into desolation, heaven, purgatory, and hell with one job: shoot everything that moves. If you've ever wanted to live out your Legolas meets Doom fantasy while perched on celestial cathedrals, this one's got you covered in holy arrows and unholy adrenaline. The bow mechanics are so tight and satisfying, you'll catch yourself flexing your shoulder like you actually just fired 100 arrows IRL. Procedurally generated levels ensure you never walk or teleport the same path twice, and the roguelite structure means you'll die a lot, but with style. And then there's Siege of Heaven, a wave defense mode that lets you sit back, chill, and snipe incoming creepers like you're defending Valhalla with a latte in hand. Even if you're a VR newbie or a headshot legend, the game scales beautifully to your skills, throws in boss battles for good measure, and keeps the loot grind delicious. Afterlife's never been this addictive. Exfilzone. You thought Battle Royale was sweaty? Welcome to the extraction zone, where paranoia is your permanent squad mate, and every corner could hide your next payday or your last breath. This is Exfilzone, the alpha mode heart pounder inside Contractor's Showdown, where your goal isn't just to survive, it's to survive smart. You'll drop in, load up, sneak or sprint your way through mission zones, and then GTFO with the goods before someone turns you into a loot piñata. Every raid feels like a gamble in a war-torn casino. You'll pick up missions from sketchy vendors with wild objectives, from planting bugs to wiping squads, and your success builds loyalty, unlocking everything from sexy suppressors to full-on night ops gear. Over 50 weapons are in your arsenal, and thanks to fully customizable attachments and gritty realism like limb-specific damage and bleeding mechanics, every firefight feels as tense as defusing a bomb while blindfolded. But don't sleep on the stamina, or you'll be wheezing your way into the death script. Keep hydrated, bandage up, and upgrade your HQ between runs to gain long-term advantages. With brutal close-quarters combat and no guarantee of safety, every extraction is a white-knuckle. Risk it all, or lose it all.
Except one of the guys is a dog. Who is a good boy?
Arizona Sunshine 2. Nothing screams vacation like baking under the Arizona sun, knee-deep in undead guts, with a shotgun in one hand and a machete in the other. In this gloriously gory sequel, you're once again on a road trip through America's most overcooked zombie playground, cracking one-liners while turning Freds, yes, they're all named Fred, into red confetti. But this time, you've got Buddy, a four-legged undead slaying machine who's basically the doggo version of Rambo, minus the bandana. He sniffs out danger, chomps heads, and makes surviving the apocalypse a little less lonely, and a lot more adorable. Gameplay is gloriously physical. You'll reload weapons manually, swing blades like you're in a zombie-themed cabaret, and yes, unleash a flamethrower to cook the undead medium rare. Whether you're playing solo, going through the full story with a friend in two-player co-op, or surviving waves with up to 4 players in horde mode, every session is equal parts absurd and exhilarating. The next-gen mutilation system is hilariously detailed, the environments are stunning in their dust-coated doom, and the humor keeps you grinning between heart-stopping headshots. Arizona Sunshine 2 is about surviving the end of the world with your best dog by your side and a shotgun that never leaves your grip.
It's unloaded now!
Half-Life Alyx. There's Immersive VR, and then there's Half-Life Alyx, where not just returning to one of gaming's most sacred franchises, you're stepping directly into it, gravity gloves first. Set before the events of Half-Life 2, you become Alyx Vance, Earth's sassiest and smartest resistance fighter, out to poke a big ol' hole in the Combine's grip on humanity. You're working with your dad, Dr. Eli Vance, building gadgets, cracking alien secrets, and occasionally duct taping together last-minute plans to save the world. The magic here isn't just the atmosphere, it's the detail. Everything is built from the ground up for VR. Scavenging through dusty shelves, manually loading your pistol while panicking, or playing peek-a-boom with a shotgun behind crumbling walls. And don't even get me started on hacking alien tech. Valve somehow made rewiring alien interfaces feel like finger ballet. Combat is smooth, puzzle solving is cerebral, and environmental storytelling? Chef's kiss. This is the kind of game where you'll spend 5 minutes just admiring the way light bounces off broken glass before getting snatched by a barnacle.
Here we go.
Resident Evil 4 VR. You haven't truly screamed into your headset until you've roundhouse kicked a cultist while reloading a shotgun with sweaty, trembling VR hands. Resident Evil 4 VR turns the genre-defining horror action masterpiece into an utterly visceral panic simulator, in the best way possible. This is a full VR transformation, where you are Leon S. Kennedy, stylish government agent, zombie slayer extraordinaire, an all-around bad boy with great hair under pressure. Sent to rescue the president's daughter in a village where the locals are, let's just say, aggressively unfriendly, you're plunged into an atmosphere dripping with dread, dreadlocks, and dynamite traps. Everything's been reworked for VR, aiming, inventory, knife parrying. It's all you now. That iconic briefcase, you actually organize it with your hands, reloading, manual, and nothing says immersive like physically slashing a ganado trying to nibble your neck. Add in the Separate Ways campaign, letting you play as Ada Wong in a cloak and dagger side story that fills in juicy plot gaps. And the deluxe packs pile of outfits, filters, and nostalgia-boosting soundtracks. And you've got a horror buffet to feast on.
Something draws the dead to it. Something evil.
Zombie Army VR. Zombie Hitler may be toast, but his party guests didn't get the memo. Zombie Army VR hurls you back into the war-torn graveyards of Europe, where the undead are still doing the goose step and you're one of the dead hunters. Elite, stylish, and packing more heat than a cursed oven. It's you, and maybe a co-op buddy, your guns, and legions of Nazi zombies in a relentless campaign where bullets are holy water and every headshot is its own twisted fireworks show. The star of the show? That deliciously grotesque X-ray kill cam returns in VR, letting you admire your perfectly lined sniper shots as they shatter skulls in slow-mo. But don't get cocky. These freaks don't shamble, they swarm. You'll dual-wield pistols like you're in an undead John Woo movie, manually reload like a sweaty field surgeon, and fend off armored brutes, snipers, and creepers that never learned personal. Customization is key. As you level up, you'll tweak your guns for damage, scope, and undead shredding flair, all while rocking your own unique slay style. And co-op? It's glorious chaos, sharing medkits, ammo, and bragging rights over who got the best dismemberment. This is war, but make it undead and personal.
it's you! Don't be afraid. I'm here to help. There are many like me here.
The Seventh Guest VR. It's not every day you get invited to a haunted mansion by a creepy toy maker named Henry Staff, unless, of course, you're the seventh guest. This VR resurrection of the iconic 90s CD-ROM spooker doesn't just reimagine the original, it straight up drags it out of its digital grave and straps it to a headset with spine-chilling flair. You'll explore a shadow-soaked, puzzle-laden mansion where every locked door and creaky hallway whispers secrets you probably don't want to know. Forget jump scares. Well, don't forget them completely. The real fear creeps in slowly as puzzles twist your brain into a pretzel, and ghostly apparitions float in and out like they've got unfinished business and way too much screen time. The atmosphere is deliciously thick, dusty lighting, immersive 3D ghosts, and ambient sound design that'll have you checking over your shoulder mid-puzzle. Every room unlocked feels like cracking open a new layer of madness as the mansion's story unfolds in fragments and illusions. It's like Clue if it was designed by Tim Burton during a seance. Between the upgraded visuals, the wickedly clever puzzles, and the VR-enhanced immersion, this isn't just a nostalgic ride. It's a reimagined gothic brain tease that'll haunt your headset in all the best ways. And there you have it. 10 VR masterpieces that deliver unforgettable experience. From pulse-pounding zombie hunts to mind-bending puzzle mysteries, these games prove VR is the future of gaming, storytelling, and flat-out fun. Whether you're rocking a Quest 3, a PSVR 2, or a full-blown PCVR setup, these titles are must-plays that'll leave you slack-jawed, sweaty, and screaming for one more round. So charge your controllers and dive back in. Perfection in VR is just a headset away.
A smart person wouldn't break that glass. But buddy, that's just not me.